My name is Mr. Cry. I'm here at the high school. I teach math, and specifically I teach geometry and geometry A. Each year our class load kind of varies, so next year I may be teaching different things, but as of right now, that's where I'm at with the geometry. Math is required. You need to take 3 years of math in high school to get 3 full credits. On the board back here, I've got kind of the pathways of what that would look like. Depending upon what class you enter in on, and I know your 8th grade teacher will be probably in having a role in what class you'll come to us with. Some of you are already taking geometry classes as an 8th grader, some of you are taking Algebra 1, others are taking 8th grade math. There's kind of 2 different pathways, I guess you could say. This would be the kind of the non-college track in a sense, and then the college track. We have pre-algebra followed by Algebra 1A, and Geometry A, and Algebra 2. A lot of students that are in 8th grade math will come and they'll take either Algebra 1A or Algebra 1. If you're in Algebra 1 already, you'd come to us and take geometry right away. We have quite a few freshmen that are in geometry, and also some that are taking 8th grade geometry. But a lot of you that are in 8th grade math, you take Algebra 1, and then the progression goes as follows. Again, Algebra 1 goes to geometry, then to advanced Algebra 2, and this, there's kind of 3 years, but a lot of kids then take a 4th year of math, pre-calculus followed by AP Calc and AP Stats are the things we offer here at the high school. There's also college algebra that's offered, dual credit at that level, but my class geometry itself is kind of the pathway, and geometry A is the pathway to get into algebra and continue down the math pathway for high school graduation. In geometry, we try to do a lot of hands-on learning activities. We use manipulatives quite often. We've got geoboards that we use. We also do quite a few hands-on things with protractors, compasses, and other activities that are group work type things. We also do quite a few lessons in class where we're simply talking with each other, trying to figure things out in collaborative fashion. We use technology a lot. We use Google Classroom in our classrooms in geometry to provide students like the materials we send out through Google Classroom. We use it as our learning management system, and kids can do their homework on on their computers if they want. They can also choose to do it on paper. We also use geometry quite a bit. We use Desmos, and we also do some things on Geometry Sketchpad. But we try to keep things light and engaged in class, where kids aren't just listening to us, but they're doing a lot of the learning and exploring on their own. In all of our math classes, we really stress problem solving and being able to reason and think critically about things. It's not just finding answers, it's not just entering numbers into a computer. We use our computers a lot, but it's not that. It's more critical thinking, problem solving, and in geometry specifically, there's a lot of the spatial recognition, a lot of spatial thinking. Again, just kind of understanding the world around us and understanding that there's geometry all around is what we want kids to walk away from our class knowing, and to be able to be successful. We try to be kind of your aid as you help, or as you try to kind of discover some of the geometry on your own. And that doesn't mean that we're not going to be helpful on the way there, but we want you to have your hands on in the learning and be in a sense take ownership for that learning. Geometry is a lot of fun. I know the algebra classes as well that I have taught in the past. There's some kids love math, some kids don't love math, but either way, math is required, and we try to make it as pleasurable as you can, but expect to work hard, expect to have to work hard. Math is not a spectator sport. You have to come and put time in every day to focus and make sure you're doing your work. And if you do those things, you'll be successful.